Hey, I think I'm in a different link. I'm so sorry. I hope you were waiting or coming to this one. Um, because I couldn't make the other one work for some reason. That's why I'm a bit later. Okay, let's see. Let's see. I hope that I'm gonna type in the other in the other one that I'm here now. Okay. Hello, everyone. Okay, I'm ready to go. I'm doing well. How are you all doing? All the m- all the stuff of the streaming platform. I really wanted to do it on the other link, but somehow that didn't work with me today. But we are here anyways, and it doesn't really matter. I think people are meant to find it, they will come here. So today I'm going to talk about a few astrology placements, okay? And I'm going to do some readings, but I am going to go first to the people who didn't have the last time um, to check their chart, okay? So chart and a card. So you can either choose for me to check your chart or you can ask me to draw you a card. Um, now I'm not going to take too long today. You can see my eye. It's all red. I have a bit of a eye infection. So I've been resting a lot today, so I'm ready for this live stream, but my body was asking some rest because so many things have been happening lately and I'm super super duper excited about it, but also, sometimes we need a little chill pill. Also, I wanted to announce something else that I've been working on because I've been working on an astrology course, okay? And today I put it live on my website. So if you would be interested in learning astrology, then check out my website. I have different packages and I'm going to do it one on one. Okay, so it would be through Zoom and I will teach you astrology. And I even have a package in which I will teach you intuitive astrology. So I will help you with your intuition, open up, and also learn astrology. Okay, so you can give really precise readings. It's really cool to combine both of them. Okay, hello, everyone. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I think it's the eye is probably because it's really warm here and just the excitement of many things. I think I didn't sleep as much as I should, and my eyes are a little bit red, but it's fine. They will heal. Anyways, yeah, so check out my website. Okay, I am offering a lot of new things. So if you would be interested in that, you can send me an email. And yeah, same with the coaching program. I have a lot more time now that I gave up my marketing agency. If some people knew about that, I was doing SEO for companies, for different websites. Um, and yeah, because of last year, the investment in the retreat center, I put that on hold because it was too much. And I've decided to go full time now, doing astrology, doing this type of readings. That's why I'm doing more lives and more stuff. So yeah. So I did get a comment from someone that requested me to talk about the placement of Sun Pluto. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about that. And then I saw someone asking in the other chat about the yacht, okay? Yacht in astrology. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. So for anyone who has anyone who knows my channel, I'm quite specialized in the planet of Pluto because I have a very strong Pluto placement myself. And I was raised in a family, and I had a lot of friends who had strong Pluto placements. So not only I learned it through astrology, but I had a lot of observations on how people act with strong Pluto placements. Um, so yeah. Oh, that was you. Okay, great. So we have to look at the sun, right? So you should check in your chart like which sign the sun is in, and sun is all related to your identity. And a square and a conjunction is a little bit different because a square is more tension, right? It's sometimes like I'm going to go full in on my sun and then I'm going to go full in on my Pluto. And somehow it's really hard to get a harmony uh, between the two. Okay. So there's a bit of a fight going on. However, people with a lot of squares in their charts, they usually have this fighter mentality. Okay. These are people that can get really far in life, especially if you have Sun square Pluto, because there's a certain power going through you. And this power can help you maintain a lot of things in life. Now, what is required here is because Pluto is transformation, right? Rules the eighth house. Eighth house is the house of Scorpio. So this is about transformations. So people with this placement will see a lot of cycles in their life regarding their identity. So you will go through different cycles in which you're going to see that your personality is going to change. Something is going to happen to you and you will change. You will change perspective because Pluto will make you grow. Okay. It's going to force you to grow. um, Yes, Sun is in Scorpio, Pluto. Yeah. So it will force you to change. And the Sun is related to your identity, but also to father and meals in your life. Okay. So there could be some struggles through meals. And this is the same with the Sun conjunct Pluto, but they kind of identify as one because it's kind of like we cannot separate from each other when it's a conjunction. So they act as one entity. So it's like your power is merged with your sun. Okay. And sometimes that can alter itself through, controlling yourself because Pluto likes to control. Okay. And this transformation can happen when you learn how to surrender, when you learn how to forgive. Okay. This is really, really early. Yeah. So it's really about the merge of those two planets. And it's about letting go of control. And on the other hand, you're going to attract people as well who are trying to control you. Okay. So there will be a dynamic, and this is with both square and conjunction. So you will see that people come from the outside and they can either, become very intense. And it's really important to feel where's your identity. So who are you? What is your boundary? Where do you set your power in a healthy way? So dealing with power in a healthy way. And this is also true ego breakdowns. So you will see people are going to attack your identity, attack your identity, attack your identity to break down the ego, to go through transformation and to align. So to have healthy power, because people with these plutonic sun placements, you know, if you use Pluto in a healthy way, you can become an amazing leader. Okay. Yes. Sometimes even we see passing away because eighth house, right? Pluto rules the eighth house, planet of the underworld. Sometimes it's also passing away of a father. I see that with this placement, but it's not always like that. Sometimes it's really transformation or having a controlling father as well. Okay. Someone that is, or very dominant, very present. And through this, you learn that, you know, unhealthy dynamic of power. And you're going to have to set that straight and you can step into amazing leadership. Okay. And it's a beautiful placement to have. Also, people with plutonic placements, um, they're really good at analyzing, okay? Analyzing themselves, analyzing people. So if you're open for transformation, this can actually bring in really amazing things for you, okay? And you can get really far because of this strength, because you can have a really strong core. If used in the right way, you can get really far in life, okay? Um, Yeah, so if you have an early degree transit in any house, or if you have a planet and in the earlier degrees, it kind of is that in this life you are learning something new. Okay, it's gonna trigger a new cycle. It's gonna trigger something new in your life. Okay, so people who have, for example, I don't know, Venus at 0 degrees in Aquarius. You're gonna probably first exaggerate displacement, right? You want to be free in love, you want to experience love, and that's gonna settle later in life. So early degrees is usually new and something. You're so welcome. Baby love, you're so welcome. So, this is everything new. So you have to see this as a youngster, right? To a child, everything is new, everything is exciting. Let's try different things. Let's, let's enjoy life. And once you become older, that's gonna settle because things get boring. And that's why I always, in the end, I tell everyone to have a balanced life, because a balanced life is so important. Because when you have a balanced life, you don't restrict things from yourself, but you're also not overly giving into something. And that's why when you have high peaks, so high emotion, low emotions, high emotions, you're gonna peak and you're gonna drop. You're gonna peak, you're gonna drop. Okay. And me myself, I was very guilty of that in my 20s. Really enjoyed life, and then you get the drop and the peak and the drop. And that's okay because you learn through that, right? And this is very classical. If we just spoke about Pluto, that's very classical of Pluto. And yeah, that can just bring it up, bring it down. But the fine line is in the middle, right? So sometimes people ask me even about diet or about drinking and, having a spiritual life. The best is to balance, not too much, nothing too much. But if sometimes restricting can lead to addictions later, and it's just like when you hold something from yourself that you actually want, it's better to have it in little bits than to exaggerate it or to restrict completely. Okay. Unless you cannot restrict yourself. But ultimately, with meditation, you want to come to a point where you fully align with yourself, where your desires are going to go away. So the more you do meditation, the more you're on your spiritual path, the more your desires are going to dissolve. Mercury conjunct Jupiter. Oh, that's a nice placement. I love this placement. These people are good storytellers. Okay, look at the sign it is in. For example, Mercury does very well in Virgo and Gemini, obviously, but Jupiter um, is less well in this sign. So, you know, you have to check the actual placement. But people who have Jupiter conjunct Mercury, they are great storytellers, great at sales, great at teaching, studying, but also overthinking sometimes, like having many thoughts, sometimes speaking a little too much because you have so much excitement, like Jupiter has this brewing excitement that's always coming up. It's like, yes, I'm excited, I'm excited, I'm excited, and It's just to see where your knowledge is being acknowledged. This is really important, okay? So it's like, you know, when you tune into your intuition, you will know when to speak up and you can really use your voice to spread the word, okay? Sometimes these are singers, but actually doing many charts, I've come across, I have some clients who are singers, and a lot of them have Mercury conjunct Mars. So some are singers, but in my observational astrology, I've seen that most people with Mercury conjunct Jupiter are great storytellers, really good at entertaining people, especially if you have it in a sign like Leo. Yeah, speaking many languages, that's a great example of that, because you have the planet of luck on your side. So it's like Jupiter is going to expand everything it touches. So it touches Mercury, it's going to expand Mercury. And now you have to see the aspects, right? Like Mercury could square Saturn. That's going to diminish, right? The strength of this planet. But if you have it sextile, like Uranus, this person is going to be a genius, right? It's going to be really good at tech stuff. So it depends in which sign it's in. So especially if it's like sextile Uranus in Aquarius, here we go. We have a scientist or someone who's a really out of the box thinker. So it's a beautiful placement. I think you have a huge mental capacity and you have the talent of speaking people up. Yes, excited state. You know what? If people have a strong Jupiter in the chart, it's more natural to have an excited state. If you're going on a spiritual path, everyone can be in an excited state, okay? But I think it's normal to let emotions flow the way it goes, like really naturally. I think it's good to feel what you're feeling, right? Like waves. Saturn conjunct Mars. So actually, this placement I see a lot in people who have huge endurance because this is what is being asked from you. Like, how can you pursue? How can you persist? Because Saturn is going to hold your Mars back, but it's going to restrict your Mars, right? And it's letting you know that things are happening in time because Saturn wants to take its time. It wants to take things slow, okay? It wants you to reflect. So Mars wants to move fast, okay? It wants to go fast, wants to move fast, but Saturn wants you to plan, take it one step at a time, okay? These people need to be careful sometimes with injuries as well. Like if you're going to go too fast, so, if you go too fast or too quick, there could be some kind of injury or something holding you back. Okay. So, if life holds you back in some kind of way, in some kind of capacity, that's usually because Saturn is trying to teach you a lesson. But if you work in a balanced way, so you have a certain routine, um, I think astro.com is a really good website. Or AstroSeek, I think it's called. These are really good websites to check your chart. So yeah, so this placement and makes you really strong. Is here to make you strong and make you use your masculine energies in the best way possible because Saturn is authority figure, right? It wants you to have certain air of authority, and air of authority comes with hardship sometimes. This is what Saturn tries to teach you. So it's holding you back, but actually it's helping you to become the best version of yourself. Okay. Like, for example, this is Western astrology that I'm doing, but in 2023, I went in my Saturn Madasha for some people who know Vedic astrology, and it's a hard period, right? But if you know Saturn, if you know the planet, you can actually make it work, right? Because I read all the reviews and it's going to be the worst time of your life. And I don't experience that way at all. Like it restricts things, but it makes you better. So, um, it's in the seventh house. So that's also projecting it to partnerships, right? Um, it's like you can attract people because Saturn wants things later in life and Mars wants things excited. So you're probably attracted to someone mature, but also have like this kind of fierce character. So you like someone who is present, who is mature, is gonna hold you, right? I'm learning Vedic astrology. I'm using it for some things in my readings. I'm using Madashas for my readings actually to predict because I think that things should come together. And sometimes I use human design, sometimes I combine a lot of things sometimes because I feel like you can use everything together. But that's my character, right? I like to do things different. And sometimes, in my comments, I see like, oh, intuitive astrology, like why? And I just feel that everything is here, all the information is here to make us grow spiritually. So, all the tools out there, I think, are very helpful. And I don't think we should say that one thing works and the other thing doesn't work. I think everything works. It's just however you take it, right? ASMR. Oh, that's amazing. I listen to it sometimes. I love it actually. It's so relaxing. Um, Oh yeah, somebody asked about the yacht, right? So if you have a yacht in your chart, so basically you have like two planets in at 60 degrees, so two sextiles, and we have one at 150 degrees, so it quincunx, and a yacht is it's kind of a destiny, right? Like they call it the finger of God, and this is really tensions, so you grow and you're going to go to your destiny. So for example, I don't know, you want to work in flowers and nothing is working out, right? And it forces you and it forces like you're trying to become, maker of flowers, I don't know. And universe keeps pushing you away from that and it sends you in a different direction. So it's like, you know what? We want you to be an accountant. So let's say you have a strong Venus and it's in the eighth house, and you would be a great accountant. And it's in a sextile with Mercury. So it would be like, you would be great at numbers, and the universe is going to create so much tension that you transform and that you go on that path. But it's not as much tension as if you would have, for example, Grand Cross. That's a lot more tension because we're dealing with squares. But this yacht is going to direct you into a certain destiny that is suited for you. Okay. And it could be more of a precise destiny depending on how it's structured, um, on how to, you know, and thank you, Truth Seeker, for your donation. That's so kind of you. Yeah, the funny thing is that I did study astrology because sometimes I see in the comments like, oh, you about astrology, yes, but intuition sometimes can go above astrology or it can align exactly with the astrology, same outcome. If you lay a card, it's the same outcome as the chart. So using multiple tools is really helpful. And I think it can help you come closer to yourself because that's the ultimate goal, right? That we get to know ourselves and also that we don't obsess over all the logical answers, that we start to feel it, right? Ah, in the MC. Yes. So you're guided towards a certain job or a certain public image. Public image. Um, but in general, you always kind of know your destiny in life. Like when you're a kid, you're still so open. You still like kind of know this is what I want to do. Like this is what awakens my curiosity, or this is what excites you. Like, and sometimes it can completely change. Okay, like so it's like yeah. mm, I wanted to work in marketing, which I did for a long time. And in the middle of that, there was an awakening And in that awakening, I was like, yeah, I'm still gonna work in marketing. I'm not gonna make a switch. So it took some time, but sometimes destiny is just gonna take you to the next level, right? All right. Castles in astrology. All right. What's your kingdom gonna be about? So I have to be honest. I don't use a lot of these structures when I read a chart because I feel like the bigger outlines can do, I think the bigger outlines are gonna tell you the most information. But yeah, this is really about what is making you feel empowered, okay? Because we're talking about kings. And yeah, this is just really about where do you experience growth, right? And where do you have the most overview in life? Because what can you see from a castle? You can have an amazing overview, okay? So there's just a few challenges there that are going to take you higher, okay? Take you higher. So you need to overcome some obstacles. So you have a better overview of things, of the lessons that your planets are connected to, okay? Mercury sextile Uranus. Okay. Mercury. Yeah, this is a nice placement actually. I see this placement a lot. Well, it's a very quick placement, depending on where Mercury is, but Mercury sextile Uranus, I see it as very positive. These people can think out of the box, quick thinkers, okay? Very quick. Sometimes people cannot keep up with you. Unless it's in a planet like, or unless it's in a sign like Capricorn, it's gonna kind of slow you down. So you're gonna feel like you're not gonna think as quick, but definitely you're an out of the box thinker. And this is very often related to people who do astrology as well. Like people who have Mercury sextile Uranus would be good at astrology. They could be very good at yeah, innovative ideas, creative thinking, out of the box thinking, good for marketing, things like that, science. Um, their brain works quick, but sometimes people cannot keep up, so they can be a bit pissed about your quick communication, okay? The best transit happened this year. I think we just had it. Jupiter in Cancer. I love Jupiter in Cancer, to be honest. It's exalted here. It brings in the precise aspect. I should look I should look up because I have no idea what is the gonna be the best aspect of this year, but the best transit, I would say Jupiter in Cancer, because I don't like so much, well, Saturn in Aries is not very strong, but it is going to trigger people into transformation, like accepting authenticity and things like that, okay? Accepting your true self. Um, Neptune obviously went from Pisces to Aries as well, so it's not super strong here either. So I would say Jupiter in Cancer would be the best, the best transit of this year. And you want to have it direct, right? Direct Jupiter is doing the best and the nicest things for people. Mercury sextile Jupiter. Yeah, this is beautiful. Makes you have a lot of ideas as well, but it's just different because Jupiter is more faith related, right? Optimistic, expansion, including people. So it's about fairness. If you have a good Jupiter, a strong Jupiter, you're going to include fairness to it, okay? Have fairness, reflect ideas. This is a good strong Mercury sextile Jupiter, and indeed, you could have a great memory as well, like memorizing things. Yeah, like the other person said, also speaking many languages is related to that. So overall, beautiful placement. Moon, Mercury, and Uranus all in the ninth house in Cancer. Yeah, I made a video about stelliums. It's kind of like an uncomfortable feeling sometimes, right? Moon, Mercury. So moon is your feelings. And when people have moon, Mercury, they often rationalize their feelings. So they need to yes, exactly. You have great memory. So yeah, moon, Mercury is when people love to talk about their feelings. Or at least this is how you like almost how do you say that? You transmute your emotions and your feelings through talking about it. That would be your healthiest way. And sometimes you need to rationalize them. I need to put them in a box somewhere and then I know what to do with them. And Uranus is very restless, right? So it's like almost like sometimes a fight between your feelings, your heart, and your mind. No, it's this. Oh no, maybe it's that. Okay. And you're going to have to learn how to divide your intuition with your thoughts. So, yeah, inner dynamic sometimes is going to be like fighting with each other. In the ninth house, though, you're endlessly curious, endlessly curious. I'm going to look this up. I want to know the truth of the truth of the truth. Okay. Especially in a sign of Cancer, it could also be that you could be living abroad, right? Could be wanting to live abroad or travel a lot and get a lot of experiences. You could write about it. You could start a blog or something, or have a certain channel where you share information about things about the world. Yes, Donald Trump was born on an eclipse. People with North Node in the seventh house will marry a foreigner sometimes, and especially in Vedic astrology, right? They say about Rahu, they call it, that it's very much related to foreigners. Um, so I would say in the Western astrology, in North Node could be a foreigner because it likes everything weird. Um, because the South Node is going to be in the first house. So you spend a lot of lifetimes alone or very focused on your own identity, focused on yourself. And now you have to learn how to lean on someone else. And it's uncomfortable. So these people desire, because North Node desires love. I want it. North Node in the seventh house, like I want love, I want it, I want to experience it, and then you have it, and then it's like, do I want this? Maybe I don't want this. Yeah, no, 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 I want this. So it creates some confusion because it's new. It's new for these people. So they're gonna be like, yeah, this is fun. I want to experience love. And then it's like, oh no. um no, I don't want to be in a relationship. So that's why it's important to meditate. And it doesn't mean you can't have a good relationship. Actually, there is a chance of really good relationships. It's just that you have to ground yourself and see what it is that you truly want and what makes you happy. Okay. Because like North Node can sometimes feel um like you want more of it. What are my major placements? Oh, I'm a Virgo sun, Scorpio moon, Scorpio rising. Ooh, most people run. No, no. And I have Jupiter and Venus in Leo with the South Node. They're right in the conjunction with the South Node. So it would have been better if the South Node was out of the two, Venus and Leo, but then I probably wouldn't have been interested in spirituality. Yeah, Mercury in Virgo. Yes. My Mercury is in Virgo in the 10th house. And I feel, Virgo is not super public speaker. So it took me a long time to get on the mic and speak to the public because even at school when I had to do a presentation when I was younger, I was like turning all red, but somehow I always had to present in all the studies that I chose to do. So, and it all led me to today, like finding the confidence to speak. And to be fair, I really like to do YouTube or like that's why I do one-on-one sessions. I feel more comfortable with that than being in front of big groups, to be honest. No problem. I like explaining things. I love analyzing, right? That's the Scorpio and Virgo in me. And the rest is in Capricorn, so most of, right? I don't even know. Yeah. Yeah, and I have Mars in Taurus. Yeah. What does it mean? Wait, I have Pluto in the fifth house. I love to know more about this. Oh, Pluto in the fifth house. So Pluto is again power, transformation. So here we have to start looking at the start of life. This is the inner child. Yeah. Yeah, so inner child. Here's already where your transformation is going to need to happen. Okay. So Pluto sometimes puts you in uncomfortable situations in regarding creativity, regarding children, and even romance. Okay. So what we see here is maybe attracting intense romantic experiences that are leading you back to your inner child, how to love your inner child and how to have how do you say it, healthy love for it, like being free in your inner child, like but like in a healthy way, and also self-expression. So you don't need to convince people that you are creative, that you are lovable, and all these things. It's already within you, and then you can break the cycle of Pluto in the fifth house, and you can actually become very creative in what you're doing, and you can bring very beautiful messages to the world. Okay. Oh no, definitely not. I enjoy doing this. I really enjoy making videos and doing this work. I really enjoy it. Also, astrology readings, sessions. I have so many beautiful clients, and a lot of them have been coming for me for many years. And I'm so grateful for that. And I see their growth, and a lot of them also are doing their mission. Okay. So a lot of them also are coaches. They're doing their things, they're helping people. So I feel like doing our thing that resonates most with us, we can help other people. So we have a domino effect, right? If I help them, like other people help me. So they help me, I help them. So we have a whole domino effect going on, right? So definitely. Oh, thank you. Mhm, mhm. So yeah, Pluto in the fifth house can definitely bring in beautiful self-expression. Um, Even sometimes actors can have this place in because you can really feel what you're doing, feel what you're creating, and bring it out with a lot of magnetism. Um, with children, if you have children, okay, it could sometimes indicate a difficult birth, or you have children that really transform you, okay, that are really going to bring out sometimes your worst so you become your best, if that makes sense. Same with partners. You can meet someone that brings out your worst by not being the best, and you can always stabilize it, okay? Because sometimes difficult placements are not meant to be just difficult. I refuse to believe that. I know that through spiritual practice, because your chart is one, your blueprint. And then there is spirituality. And there are certain things like fasting, there certain days even, or spiritual practices that you can break certain cycles. We just have to be very self-aware, and we have to be okay to work with our own shadow, which is not always so fun, right? Because we don't want to know our bad side, but we all have it. So, but when you embrace your shadow side and you're okay with it, you see it, you become self-aware, it will not come true so much anymore. It will just integrate and it will transform to the light. Okay. Givernet and what I have to present and explain. Yeah, 10th house planets tend to force you to be in the public sometimes, even through teaching or doing something. But yeah, it can be uncomfortable, especially if you have it in Virgo like me or in Scorpio. Like Scorpios don't like to be too much out there. And Capricorn would be more on the serious side, right? Like they don't want to be too open or, and even Cancer placements are not super keen on, they all have shields, shells. Scorpio, Sun, Mercury, Virgo, Moon, Virgo, Mars, Virgo, rushing. Oh, beautiful. Similar placements. Moon in Virgo. Yeah, you need to talk about your feelings. That's really important. When you have a Mercurial moon, you have to talk about your feelings. Instead of really feeling them, for you talking through them is going to be very healing. Finding a partner outside, say. Yeah, I think people are drawn. Oh, thank you. That's so kind of you. Earth Angel. Thank you. Yeah, we I think we tend, well, in the astrology it indicates what you attract partner like, what you're drawn to, but you can change. I went once to a shaman and he told me you can manifest another chart if you want to, right? So there are magical things in this world that can change things. So that's why I like astrology as your blueprint to see, what is going on. But then I like to tune into people's auras and see what is happening there. Because when you tune into someone's aura, you see where they're at. Because, you know, you can have a tough planet, but some people did a lot of work on themselves. So that tough placement is not 100% anymore. Okay. Because there's different layers, especially with Scorpio placements. There are different layers to it. So that's why I decided to work with both, like psychically, intuitively, and astrology wise, because it worked. But I also say that you should stick to what your talent is. Like people should not be afraid to do something out of the box that fits their personality. I always encourage people to make a package that's so related to their personality. What is your talent? What you're good at? And this is something huge, right? Like sometimes we're trying to please what people are looking for, but ultimately you do everything to make yourself happy because otherwise you're going to be drained if you're going to do something you don't like. Um, it's harder. So, permission to be yourself is huge when you're doing that. It's so freeing. And with a point of self-awareness, you can definitely, you know, feel free and always be open to grow. I was born when the north outside mode was not indirect. Yeah, they're always retrograding. The notes, they're always in, yeah, as you call it, retrograde motion in astrology. Um, Scorpio Sun and Virgo Sun, Scorpio Moon. Yeah, that was for me. Okay. I don't. Oh, no. I've had a bad, well, I've integrated my bad side, but it was there, it dissolved, but I think I was very spicy when I was younger, more temperamental. When I was a kid, I was very introvert, extremely introvert, very shy, but very strong and very like shy, but I could be temperamental sometimes. But that's the Pluto side, right? But when you transmute Pluto, I think that's why it's so important. It's the only planet with three layers. And important to not take revenge, not attack. Okay. But yeah, it can, yeah, the temper was there. Not anymore so now, more calm. I can be very highly sensitive sometimes, and that makes me emotional. Um, yeah. So yeah, there's bad sides, you know, but you get it more integrated when you work with spirituality on a daily basis. You get it more integrated, and you don't have it that much anymore, and you just acknowledge it. You laugh about it. It's there, you know? I think is there. And if you can say sorry to people and you can take accountability, that's learning. So, because we're not perfect, we're going to say stupid things, we're going to do stupid things. And the next day, you're going to think, like, oh my God, what did I do? And I think this is normal. I think this is very normal. And I think we should rationalize not being perfect, not put people on a pedestal. Okay. I always said that to others. Like, if you teach people, you do it because of wisdom, but you should never, there's so many spiritual teachers that are asking like so many, they're asking you to adore them, to please them. And the only gurus you can really bow down to are the real gurus, and they're not many. The rest are, you know, they want control. So I always say be very careful and listen to your discernment with that. What does it mean to have North Node and Libra South Node? Yeah, that's a good one. It's a confusing one, isn't it? North node in Libra and then the South node in Aries. Especially if like some people have that like they have it like switched. So they have, for example, North node in Libra in the first house and then South node in Aries in the seventh house, which is confusing. Um, but yeah, North node in Libra is learning how to collaborate, learning how to play fair, how to compromise, because probably in past lives you were a leader, very focused on leadership, getting stuff done, um, working towards something, working towards goals, things like that. So now you are asked to compromise, and it really depends on the aspects your North Node means, right? And yeah, so this is you have to see the whole chart, right? But in general, this means that you're learning about compromising, learning about relationships, and you don't have to get it right away because the North Node is activating later in life. Usually after 40, it's really in its full potential. Before that, it can be a bit uncomfortable sometimes. Like relationships can feel uncomfortable. But yeah, again, that really depends on also the placements that or the aspects that you have, okay? Um, I don't know if people want me to talk about more placements or should I look into some charts? I'm a bit slower today, but we're just gonna go with the slowness, which is nice. Yeah, today we have a nice Sun conjunct Jupiter. I have a screen next to me that I'm looking at with the chart. Venus in Taurus. Very nice placement. Sextile the North Node. Yeah, it's very nice. Venus in Taurus is very nice. Yeah, exactly. Thank you for clarifying that. Yeah, it's a point in the sky. I have a stellium Manila. Right now, Venus and Pluto. Yeah, so Usually this is an intense placement, right? When we're dealing with Scorpio, Jupiter, North Node, Venus, and Pluto. So this is a very expansive placement, okay? You're learning about teaching, and like I said, North Node is uncomfortable. So you're integrating this. You're integrating these planets. And especially related to the 11th house, okay? So it could be that you're attracting a lot of friends, good friends, bad friends, and you always kind of need to filter your friendships, okay? So it could be that sometimes you're going too fast into friendships and too slow, and you know, and you're going to have to find a midway with this. Also, when it comes to teaching, so you could be teaching something. Yeah, you're integrating the right way on how to do that. On how to do that, okay? But with friendships, it's about learning and not going too quick into new friendships, okay? Pluto is a tough. Exactly. It's a tough planet. Definitely is. Okay. Moonlight 20. Yeah. Okay. April 1974. Oh, 5. Nottingham. Love. Mm, okay. I don't know. Moonlight. With 5. 20. Where is Nottingham? Is that the UK? Is that the UK? Could you clarify if that's in the UK? Okay, perfect. United Kingdom, Nottinghamshire. Okay. Mhm. You wanted to learn about up north. Amazing. Your love life. Okay. I can see that there are some karmic cycles related to your love life. Okay. And this is because you have Pluto in the seventh house in Libra, and they are square Saturn, Mars, and they're in a slight conjunction with your south node. Okay. So basically, what is happening is that you have been manifesting some partners from a past life. Okay. And these are people that coming in that might bring you some difficulties sometimes. Okay. So through life, you had to learn how power dynamics work in relationships, not going in too quickly. So you need to take your time, very important. Um, don't go too fast. So your lesson in life is to moderate, okay? To moderate. And you need someone that can empower you, but not overpower you. Okay. And what is happening is that you're having cycles sometimes that makes you very open. You attract someone. It's um maybe too intense, and then you close yourself up completely for love, okay? So for you, it's the fine line between give and take, and also to take it more slow, because there is a bit of an intensity. And also Venus is in a square with Neptune, so and also in a conjunction with Jupiter. So you love, okay? It's also in the 12th house. So a lot of your partners that you attract come from past lives. And you have this dreamy nature. So sometimes you're not fully aware what you're attracting. So you need to meditate and see what you have before you commit or before you do anything that you regret later, okay? Mm, yes. If you want to move, there could be a move on the cards for you as well. And what is really important is that you need to learn how to communicate, okay? Learn how to communicate. Like, what do you need? What do you want? And also learn how to communicate who's your authentic self, okay? This is really important. So, see who you attract and give it time. Okay. JK. Did I do you last time? I don't think so, right? Oh, guys, my eye. For some people that don't know, I have an infected eye, so that's why it's so red. I was feeling a bit off today, but luckily I was feeling so much better, so I could do the live. But again, so- okay. Elise, I think you did it last time, but since there's not many other, yeah, you have some karmic lessons you need to fulfill, but the older you get, the easier it will be. Okay, so don't give up. There will be cycles, but it's also related to um, you're closing down a lot of karma from past lives, but you're very strong. So you got tools to handle that. Okay, you got tools to handle that. Okay, Elise looks okay. 13 November 1972 at 07:20 in the morning. Horsens, Denmark. I always have to write it down because I more easily connect with people when I write it down. I like to have a pen. Okay. Okay. Anyways, 13 November. 7:20 in the morning. Horsens, Denmark. Oh, yeah. Thank you guys. But I'm good. I did a lot of resting today. A lot of resting. Da, 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 da. Okay, let me check a different chart as well for you. So I am sure. No problem. Oh, thank you guys. I'm just gonna check a different chart for you to see what's going on here. November. I feel like it doesn't have to take very long for you to meet someone, but you're gonna have to believe it. And sometimes you have two things going on, okay? Sometimes you want love and sometimes you're scared of having it. Like you want it, but you also want to be free. Like you don't want someone to hold you back. So first the desire needs to be there to be in a committed relationship. Feel it 100%, okay? Just checking another chart. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, now it's not 100% the timing yet. Let's see. But you're going to have to consciously choose it. Okay? If you want love, you have to consciously choose it. Mm. There's some karmic cycles that you need to resolve. Okay? And they have to do with pulling back sometimes. You know, you have to become clear because you like freedom and you like to be alone and you like to be in a relationship, but you like both. So I do feel someone for you 100%. I can feel the energy already. And you need to pick someone that's like a best friend, okay? That's going to work for you. Someone that is like your best friend, someone that is like a companion that you feel good with. That's your really the best thing for you. Like things that are super intense maybe don't work for you. And also watch out for partners with a bit of a temper, okay? Or people that take out your anger. It's better for you to have a calm partner. That's best. Like someone who's very, but also wants to do many activities and lets you be free, okay? But you like someone with a mix of open, but also like, yeah. So the timing, I feel like now is time for you to transform and to get clear on what you want, and then you can manifest it, okay? And you can attract it because the timing is going to come. It's not here like now, but it can definitely happen for you. See. Yeah, you are in a good period to attract, but it's asking the lessons. That's why it hasn't come yet. But now you're in a spiritual cycle, okay? So now um it can feel like you're losing things. This will be better after October, okay? You're going to feel better after October in the sense of things that are detaching or letting go of stuff. But there's a lot of past life karma related to it. Um, Now that when you resolve that and you become clear on what you want, you definitely can have a partner. Okay. So yeah, Moonlight, you're going to find someone as well. Okay. It's just, don't lose hope because sometimes you can close yourself down and then the person is standing next to you and you wouldn't even know because you're starting to have many demands and you think like, some people might surprise you with how amazing they are if you just get to know them. Yeah, you can put the info, absolutely. Itself. Okay, JK, January, no problem. Second January 1972, St. John's. St. John's. Hmm. Newfoundland and Labrador, Canada. Okay, 0319. Let's go. Listed as tropical. JK. That's right. Oh, it's PM. Wait a second. Yeah. Alrighty. Um, JK, you ask about your nodes, but your nodes are, it's always going backwards, okay? Always has backwards movement. So You do have planets with the nodes, okay? You do have Venus with the north node, and you have Moon with the south node. So you have some lessons that you brought over. And this is with your moon, right? Your moon is your emotions. So you came from, usually these people are quite psychic and you've done this in past lives, okay? So you have periods you're very emotionally overwhelmed and periods that you feel completely cut off from your emotions. Um, you're learning about love in this lifetime, okay? Love, creating, creativity, traveling, love for differences, like love for differences of culture, differences of nature. Like the older you get, maybe the more you would like to travel, see the world, and follow your curiosity. Okay. Don't be afraid to stand up for yourself when it comes to friendships. Okay. Sometimes you're afraid to stand up for yourself, and that sometimes can create anger within you because sometimes they might trick you a little bit and you didn't stand up for yourself. So find a midway. Tell them immediately how you're feeling, what you're thinking about that. Okay? So, but your notes are like everyone's. I was thinking, how is that possible? Because that's not possible. But, you know, I always keep an open mind because I don't know everything. Who knows, one day there was a different thing happening. Anyways, no, 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 no. Let's go to Itzel, okay? And then I'm going to you, Nisha, but I first want to do the people that didn't get a chance last time. So 6 November 1980, Midland, Texas. What's your question, Itzel? Do you have a question? Oh, 3:45 a.m. Okay. Put in your data. It's 1980. I like the name Itzel. Never heard about it before. Is that your real name or is that your YouTube name? I like it. Midland, Texas. Okay. So here we're dealing with someone with a stellium. Stellium in Libra. So you have a stellium, okay? And this is a bit of an intense energy. So you're going from I need people to I don't need people. They're in the first house. It's in Libra. So the thing is that your Jupiter is in a conjunction with Saturn. I love this placement, to be honest, because it gives you the faith to work on your karmic cycles, but it's also aligned with your Venus. Okay. So sometimes you feel like you don't maybe deserve things, like that you're not lovable or you're not deserving of certain things happening for you. For you now is the time to really focus on career, so focus on career. Like if you're looking for a new job, then this is the timing to do that. Um, Sometimes you have trouble maybe sticking true. Okay. So there could be like you're taking action and then later you might feel like, yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to persist with this. So it's could be that sometimes you're changing and this changing nature can sometimes make you a bit confused, okay? Because you have a lot of placements in your chart that makes you a little bit confused about stuff, right? But also you're insanely creative. Um, Work on your balance in life. When you're balanced, you're going to see life is going to be easier, and work with your creativity. Okay. You would be either really good with numbers or creating, teaching. You're very good at teaching, speaking, and you're very magnetic with that, okay? So make sure that you have a job where you have a lot of space, where you can be yourself. Because if you're going to do something that is according to the book, that's not working for you. So work with this freedom, either freelance or teach, where you have your own class, where you can make your own kind of planning a little bit, because otherwise it's going to be very hard for you. Okay. You're welcome. Mm. Yeah, your moon is also, by the way, very close to Pluto. So you're going to transformative states and yeah, you're very intuitive as well. You're very psychic. Okay, so accept that part of you because I feel like you're not fully accepting it or you're maybe a bit scared of it, but it is there. Okay? It is there. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, who's next? Compass Astromite. Fantastic. So, oh, your puppy's name. Oh, I love your puppy's name. Okay. 25 April. Astromind. Do you have an astromind? Are you in astrology as well? I feel like I don't know, your energy feels like someone who's thinking a lot of thoughts, deep thoughts. 1982, 04, 34. Okay, where is your birthplace? I can hear the thoughts, but they're great ones because they can create great things. Yeah, can I have your birthplace and country? Waiting for the country and the birthplace. Passaic. What is NJ? I'm sorry, guys. I'm okay. New Jersey, right? Then, if it's okay, USA. Okay. I'm learning a lot of worldly places because of astrology. Australia, mind. 25 April 1982. 34, 34. Passaic. Okay, here we go. Okay, I can see. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, I see your chart right here. Um, There is a lot of placements in Libra in your seventh house, right? So this is a lot of energy going through the outside world, so projections. And sometimes this projects into attracting people with qualities that are very intense, okay? Because you have Pluto, Saturn, and Mars in the seventh house. And yeah, I can tell that it attracts a lot of people that are probably a bit attacking you or are very intense with you, trying to manipulate you. Um, Luckily, your Pluto is in a sextile with Neptune. Okay, Neptune is in the 10th house. Your strength here. Oh, thank you. Your strength, your pain, your trauma is your art. Okay, it's your compass to the outside world. This is really your strength. This is your talent. So if you're creative or you're an intuitive, you can help people. Okay. You're also a healer. So your traumatic experiences can actually help you um, inspire other people. Okay. Yeah. Pluto is. So through all this, you're learning how to stay grounded. Okay. You're learning how to stay very grounded, how to put both feet on the ground while having these experiences. And you know what? They become less and less once you learn the lesson of standing up for yourself and not looking for these type of people subconsciously. Okay, this is what happened in the seventh house. Subconsciously, you're looking for people with these qualities. So when you see them and you know the pattern, you can stop it, you can walk away, you can say no thank you. And this could be one-on-one clients, this could be relationships that come in and present themselves very charismatic, but there is a lot of depth behind that and boiling anger almost. Okay, so your best way of settling is with someone that had trauma and overcame it, someone who really stands for what they're saying. Okay, and you are I'm hearing once you're aligned with your own truth, okay, with who you are, you don't have to bend down for people that are trying to maybe manipulate you, trying to make you feel guilty for being you, okay? And you have Mercury, Chiron, Moon. That's kind of what I felt already before, intuitively, that sometimes you think that you are wrong and you can talk yourself into thinking that what you said is wrong, what you did was wrong. But also you're a healer, so talk sweet to yourself. The dialogue in your mind is going to be really important, especially when it comes to attracting love. Okay, dare to stand up for yourself and stand in your truth, stand grounded in your Taurus energy, because you have a beautiful energy. Okay, and you're not overlooking something, you're not overseeing something. you I'm hearing you're very intuitive. Okay, but people sometimes twist your reality and you think you're the problem, and you're very hard on yourself in that way. So important is recognize the pattern, stay grounded in your Taurus energy, and talk sweet to yourself, because that's your sweet spot. And your voice is very healing for other people as well. So when you speak, you create something, you can create beautiful things. Oh, thank you guys. That's really sweet of you. We're all connected with each other. We're all one. That's how you can do readings, right? Um, and it's so sad that we live in a world where we have to believe that we're separate from each other. And it was almost something that I was really drawn to talk about, because there's so much separation, divide and conquer. We can see that now in the world. This is their strategy. This is the agenda: divide and conquer, put people against each other. We're all one. We come from the same source. We're just split into different little souls in a body. So it doesn't matter the color you have, the body you have, the gender you have, the country you live, the culture you have. This is very human made. We made that. We made all those rules, but we come from source and we are one with source always. That's where we came from. That's where we go back to. It's really not so complicated. It's just human beings who make all these difficult rules, like, yeah, you have to behave like this because you will be punished. No, everything you do is your own choice. So punishment is coming through your own actions. It's a sheet. And when the sheet is balanced, no more of that, right? And we create our own reality, and we come from the same source, and we're all part of that source. We can all tune into that source. Um, and then you know that we're not so different. Everybody's trying to live their life. Everybody has their karma. Like, we don't know what other people have going on. Um, so yeah, once the frequencies are raised and people are in a higher state, when a lot of people are in a higher state, even scientifically proven, we influence others, and we have so much reach, and we can, things will dissolve, right? Just like Neptune dissolves stuff. It's a planet of spirituality. So you dissolve worldly karma when a lot of people are in their power. Past lives. Yeah, we all have them. We all have them. Some on this planet, some on different planets, different realities. Okay, let me see. Um, Shital. Okay, let me have a look. Oh, Kitty, hello. Hello, sweetie. He's getting bigger. He's getting bigger. Yeah. Hello. He's growing so quickly, right? We catched him beginning of this month, and he was so tiny. And he's doing well. He's really a fluffy little thing. A fluffy little thing. I think we would feel much more like we belong if it was the reality of higher frequency. Yeah. Yeah. He's super cute. Okay, let's go to Chantal. 22 December 1977, 6:45 a.m. Jalna, Maharashtra, India. I would love to go to India one day, to be honest. Haven't been yet. And what was your question? Yeah, but I feel so sad because my other cat that we have, like, she's my little bestie, and she was always on my lap when I was working, but now we have to put him separate because he still have to integrate with the dog and the cat, and they're not accepting him yet. So he's in the office room or in the studio where I'm working. So my other cat is now a bit jealous, which is normal. Now I have to spread love. It's a conflict, but I love them. They're all very cute, and I really hope they're gonna accept him. It will come. Okay. 22 December 1977. 6:45. India. Okay, let's go. All right. Okay. Sagittarius, super Sagittarius. Energy, Capricorn at 0 degrees. Yeah, you have a very spiritual chart. You have a very spiritual chart, okay? Um, you're gonna have to remember and awaken what you've learned in past lives. All right, and use them for the good, because you have it with Pluto. This is about the North Node with Pluto is not knowing how to put one step at a time, right? Yes, meditate. So I feel you're on a spiritual path, Shital. Like, spirituality is a big part of your life. Um, Friendships is a difficult part for you sometimes, okay? You attract people that are a bit out of the box and it looks really fun, it looks really nice, but you trigger their transformation or they trigger your transformation. And that can bring out sometimes some anger, okay? So analyze your anger. There's a big transformation in that, okay? Your anger is your guidance to healing. Okay. So sometimes it's also because you're not feeling seen, for example, um, or that you not feel fully appreciated for who you are. So when you integrate that and you know that you're fine no matter what, you will be seen, you will get everything that your inner child wants you to be. Okay. But you're in a spiritual transformation now, okay? Upcoming time is really to break certain patterns and also family patterns, okay? Things to do with the family. You are with the same family as in the past, in your past life, and you kind of want to detach. Okay, so you feel like really close with them, but sometimes you want to detach or you want to focus more on career, focus more on spirituality. Yeah. Your health is key. Okay. Your health is very key. Yeah. I would love to visit India, to be fair. So, your health is very key. Okay. If you have a good diet, that's really going to help you with your spiritual journey. Yes. And arts, you have an innate ability to create art, whatever art is for you or how you would like to express yourself. Okay. But with this placement of Venus Neptune, what I did see very often is that because Neptune is foggy, right? So it can sometimes make you not see love clearly or idealize people on a pedestal. And then you get to know them and you're like, oh, wait a minute. They might not be what they seem. Okay. So you need time for love to integrate because it's like you want to reach a certain level of spirituality or love. And sometimes that's going to be a trap because you're going to fall for someone that looks like they have great offers, but in reality, they're not so great. Okay. I don't know if you can go to like an ashram or like a place where you can meditate. This is would be really good for you. Yeah. Yeah, self-expression. So it's if you can show the world your art or your artistic expression, that would be almost like your mission, okay? To show who you are and show, I don't know, I don't feel it has to be difficult. But once you learn the lesson, the cycle will break. So cycle will continue if you haven't learned the lesson. Because I feel like you've had some tough cycles with some people, but there are still lessons there. Okay. And for you, it's important to have a healthy integration with Mars to really feel when are you angry or when are you feeling a certain way to express that immediately instead of bursting it in one time because you're letting things slip and then it comes out uh and then it comes out like in one go. So it's about transforming and also transforming other people with your art, with spirituality. um your experiences are part of how you express yourself. But watch out for over idealizing love. Don't chase something that doesn't exist because it might be a trap. Yeah. That would be my message for you. Um, okay. Yes, Nisha, I think. I've had everyone. So yeah, you're gonna break it. You're gonna do that. But you need some time and space to really allow yourself to figure it out. So I'm gonna do you last, Nisha, and then I'm gonna give it a quiz, and we're gonna do another live maybe next week, but I have to see because South Node is with Mars in Virgo in my 10th house in July. And yeah, it's not the best time for me to go live, probably. I will still make videos. People can attack me in the comments. Okay. I have to go back up. I don't know what your question was. Career. Oh, yeah, I got you here. Mission. Okay. 15 November 1996. We have a lot of November people today. I love how the charts align with who represents themselves in the chat. Leytonstone, UK. Okay. Okay. Mhm. Oh, thanks. You repeated it. That's so good. Um, it was 40 degrees here today, people. It's really hot here. This time I put the aircon on. We bought this like portable aircon, and that's just really helpful. Okay, 15 November 1996. I tried to escape the heat and move to the north, but the universe wants me here, so I'm gonna be here. I am happier here. That's true. So, United Kingdom. Okay. Yeah, you asked me last time if you're a Sagittarius rising or a Scorpio rising, but you're definitely a Sagittarius rising, okay? Just for you to know. Um, Your Scorpio rising in Vedic astrology. Just checked it for you. So you get your answer there. Ooh, oh, little one, don't fall. Oh, that's true. But you know what? It's always something. When you live in the heat, you want the cold. And I am doing best in the heat, okay? Like it also depends on your chart and the elements that you have, you know? If you have certain parts in your chart will be activated by certain weather. So people with a lot of air tend to do better in cold weather. Okay. People with a lot of fire tend to do good in warm weather, unless you have lots of fire that will like overburn you. Would be too much. Oh. Mm-mm-mm. Just clicked away. Somehow. You feel like a Scorpio, but you have you know what? Your sun is in Scorpio. That's why, and your Mercury is in a conjunction with Pluto. So you have very Plutonic placements, and this is making you feel more resonating more with Scorpio. So it's totally understandable because of your Scorpio sun. And in Vedic astrology, you would have your Scorpio ascendant. So you would have Scorpio in general. The thing is that both systems are correct. Okay. It's just a different way of calculating. It's just a different kind of explanation because I'm a Scorpio rising in Western astrology, and in Vedic astrology, I'm a Libra rising. And I resonate with both because when I read the description, I'm like, yeah, yeah, that's totally me. And in Vedic astrology, they have different nakshatras, right? And they explain more in depth certain things. So Okay. Um, so Nisha, yeah, you had a question. You want to move. So moving, mm, 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 mm. Moving for you. I need to check something else as well. Yeah, there's absolutely a connection. And actually, they work really good. If you work with both systems, you can get a lot of information. Because Western astrology gives you such beautiful information on psychology, general timings. And if you mix it with the Vedic, you're right on point. Then, um, okay, moving job. So I would say job is you can move job now, but the best opportunities are gonna come for you 2020, end of 2026, 27, 28, 29. Okay, these are better years for you. Let me check a different way for you. I hear you could even be moving for a job. You could even be moving for a job because I feel like you're kind of done with the place where you live, okay? But you're gonna move at the right time, and this could be with a job. July has retrogrades though, so I feel like maybe dream job needs a little bit more of time. In 1996. I hear sometimes you're triggered on patience, okay? Patience. It's gonna happen for you, for sure. The things that you want when you least expect it. Alrighty, righty, righty. Where are we now? Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely after 2026, okay? March 2026 is a really good time for work for you. Okay, upcoming years. But you can already start looking, but the real job that you really like is going to be moving abroad. Definitely you can move abroad. Okay? You can definitely move abroad if that's something that you want to do. Alrighty, righty, right. I think that's it for today. I don't know if you want to ask me. Yeah, your patience is being tested, okay? But the thing is things are coming for you later in life. And when they come, they stick. Same with relationships. So they come and they stick for you. But one step at a time. Who has the last question for me? But Nisha, definitely, if you want to go abroad, you can. You have the planets to do that. I checked different charts and you can definitely do that. I'm a Virgo. Or Nisha. Nisha is a, if you ask for Nisha, she's a Scorpio. If you feel connected to horses and dogs, sometimes they represent a part that you desire, right? Like dogs are loyal. So this is probably what you desire in people. And horses are free and wild. So probably that's something you want to be as well. So you want to be hardworking, loyal, and you value that in other people. Yeah, definitely. Next year and the years after, so the upcoming years are going to be really good for you. Okay. So good times are coming. It's just now you're settling in a new timing and you can have an in-between job before the one that you really want. But yeah, animals are so healing. Animals are really amazing. Look at this one. He's laying on my lap and he's cuddly and he's so cute. Such a cutie. He came from the street. He was very, very tiny and he's growing so quick. He came from the street and now he's laying on my lap. He came laying himself and he's already getting attached. Yes, they are the most beautiful beings. I love animals. That's why I have three now, catching them everywhere from the street. But, they make your day brighter. They're so sweet. And I think us humans can learn a lot from animals and how they, treat us and without judgment. Oh, really? We'll see. I don't have children yet. We do want children. I always knew I was going to be a late mom. I first had to go through my spiritual journey and break down all my karmic cycles because I don't want to give that to the next generation. But I hope, I hope that will be spared for me. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I think we will have spiritual kids as well. But we're first working on setting down a strong foundation. I think that is so important. The family, of course, wants it now, but we still have things we want to do. And the right timing, divine timing is there as well. Oh, thank you. When the timing is right, the universe will tell us it's not right. Not now, but who knows? Oh, Virgo and Leos. I have Leo in my chart, so I tend to get along very well with Leos. I love Leos. They're like sunshine and fun and yeah. I think I'm glad with my Leo placements. Otherwise, I would have been quite serious. I have Scorpio and Virgo, but my Leo placements definitely make me a bit more playful, balance my serious side. So I think all signs have their beauty. All signs have such amazing sides, and we all have shadow sides and positive sides, right? Yeah. Oh, wow. Where you would meet your soulmate? You can check your house, for example. You can check where's Venus, which house. Yeah, as Virgos, we're a bit quirky, a bit strange, but once we set our mind with people, we give it our all. Then we're all in. But we're very on our own as well, bit like a hermit, right? Doing very well on our own, but also when people are next to me, I feel so much love as well. Anyways, I think I'm gonna stop for today. I'm gonna take out my contacts because I have glasses and I wanted to put them on, but they're without the shiny part, so it would be like reflecting into the video, and I think that would be hard if you can't really see my eyes. So yeah, I'm gonna take them out. I'm going to relax a little bit, and I'm wishing you all a fantastic weekend. Thank you so much for being here. I really had fun with you today. Actually, yeah, my partner he's a Taurus with Leo Venus. Yeah, Venus 10th house, so work, public. Thank you so much, guys. Hey, I really appreciate that you were here today. And I wish you all an amazing weekend. And I will see you next time. I'm going to do more lives. I really committed to that. And have a look on my website if you want to do like a coaching program that I'm offering now. And also, I have an astrology course, basic course, and then also transits and all these things. Like you can plan when to launch something. And I also have one course including with intuition that I teach people how to read people intuitively through cards. Happiness is key, but happiness can only come from inside out. And that happens when you start to accept yourself. Bless you all, guys. And until next time, if you have still some questions, bring it on to for next